Hi, Deadlock's here again, and today we're looking at an Adrian Webber video, which is going to be a weird one because the last set of videos I spent a lot of time bashing what Deviant and Co done at that DEF CON conference, and this time I'm kind of defending them, so a bit weird. I know, I get it. It's fine.
He's a yo-yo.
It's fine. It's fine. Just be quiet about this. There's rubbish on the screen. We don't want rubbish on the screen. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah, I'm gonna roll the first clip.
On the other hand, they were also doing a lot of handcuff trickery, showing how to pick handcuffs, showing how to shim handcuffs and all that stuff. And in my opinion, it was just trickery, because we all know you can pick a handcuff, we all know you can shim a handcuff. But first of all, shimming a handcuff, well, the police officer will always double lock the handcuff. Second,
okay, I have no idea how many times I'm going to have to say this.
74.
It's been more than that already. The double lock. Double lock, not a problem. Look. Oh, that double lock set easy. And unset easy. Look, I'll do it again just to show you double lock set. No longer set. What's the problem? Hang on, give us a second, because brand spanking new handcuffs. Still taped into the packaging. Yes, I know the cheaper ones, but this works on other stuff too. Don't worry about it. Brand spanking new.
Just arrived in the post.
Double locked. You need a heavy thing. Well, that's a heavy thing. Double locked. No longer double locked. No problem.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it when you're wearing them.
I would.
I would not.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I have done it, but
And you ended up bruised and battered and almost with a broken wrist.
only the first time, because it took us several attempts. But that's fine. Next clip. Actually, no. I will say I don't recommend doing that.
Do not
Just
do that.
don't do it. I do it. Let me be the dumb guy. Next clip. Alright, I know I might be jumping around slightly here, but I forgot to mention, he mentioned the police. Nobody mentioned the police. In fact, the only time that the police was mentioned, they said, don't escape from the police. It is a stupid idea. It will just make things worse for you. And I agree. Don't escape from police restraints, even if you know how. And every time people mention the police, it's stupid because we never mentioned the police.
It's also stupid because people don't know what the police do because they're not the police.
Yeah. But anyway, the clip. Let's look to the clip.
they didn't shim the Smith & Wesson models. Maybe they knew that the Smith & Wesson models are not that easy to shim, or maybe they knew it can be a bit tricky sometimes, and they had to deliver a show.
Okay. So, Mr. Webber here said that they didn't shim Smith & Wesson. But, look at these clips.
I have some little more expensive cuffs here from the Smith & Wesson company, using a very, very thin standard tensioning tool, and I go to the side with the ratchets. So one thing you have to do when doing that is it feasible? Push in the ratchet a little with the tool. So I'm pushing the bow in a little when putting in the shim. Then it gets between the ratchet and it's open. Oop.
You can do that on high quality cuffs like Smith & Wesson and Peerless, if you're lucky and if you're not too drunk on camera here. But yeah, I can sink a shim down, I just have to over tighten myself, and you can still get out of those.
And that's open. That's what a standard cops can use in Vegas.
And yeah, the Smith & Wesson that they used. Oh, interesting. My shim is too fast. One moment. I failed.
Uno momento, por favor. You can tell he has not been on Blue Peter because he did not prepare earlier.
It's lack of practice. There we go. And this shim works better. Yeah, like I've always said, we don't all get things perfect first time, and I didn't practice because I never practice. But there you go. Apparently that shim is a bit too wide, and these cuffs don't like it. But they shimmed the Smith & Wesson Model 100s. They're from the 1980s-ish. If they went for the modern ones, they would have had a really hard time. I'm actually going to give Mr. Adrian Webber half points for this one, because he is half right. They did avoid the difficult cuffs, but Smith & Wesson they did actually do. Okay, so in this next part of the video he talks about Ray talking about these handcuffs right here.
Next on they did, or let's say this German guy, Rai, he did criticize the Clejuso handcuff and he pointed out a few weaknesses on it. And I had to talk with the owner of the company called Clejuso, and he assured me that all these weaknesses were fixed years ago.
And the fact that you can do this and escape with no tools whatsoever. I'm just manipulating the bore and the double lock at the same time, so I can hold the pole down with the double lock. They drop back down there when I let go of the double lock. And Adrian Webber says they made out that they're all like that, but he didn't. He said this.
This one here has been used in the past, I think until 2005 or something, and they're still around. So they stopped making them now, but they're still around. And
so yeah, we know that the modern Clejuso number 11s don't have that issue. I am fairly sure that it is possible, because I have actually managed to get them to move a notch by doing it. But it is so hard, it would be unreasonable. And yeah, I know these have a spreader bar, but the cuff is a Clejuso number 11. It is exactly the same.
They're
but
just made longer.
Yes, and more awkward. But then Adrian says this.
Okay, next on, he was mentioning that, for example, you've been arrested and the police officer or the guy that arrested you already pushed in the double lock, and the double lock is already engaged. You will always obviously not be able to do that double lock trick. You could just whack the handcuff, and hitting the handcuff here on the metal plate, the double lock should release itself. Okay, let's try that on the video. Okay, I've tried it for 3 times now. The double lock, as you can see, is still engaged. Let's try it again, just for the fun factor. Okay, I've been hitting this handcuff here really hard, and this is a hard...
Okay, so after all those attempts to knock the double lock off, this is my attempt. Double lock on. Checked. You can see that the double lock is not there, and I missed. There we go, and double lock off. Okay, and as for the shimming,
let's try shimming the handcuff. Therefore, we got Bosnian Build Special Forces shim here again. We put the shim in, we try to apply a little bit of pressure, try to get the shim between the locking, or let's say between the pole and the teeth. Okay, I will try to push the handcuff in now, and okay, it obviously doesn't work. Hopefully you can see that now. If I enter my shim here, and now the shim is supposed to slide over the teeth of the pole, and between the teeth of the pole and the teeth of the ratchet, and therefore open the handcuff. The thing is, the shim will get caught down here. There is a little notch here on the pole that will catch the shim.
Shimmy, shim, shimming.
Yes, I agree, these are tricky to shim. They are not impossible. Yes, that shim protection is pretty gnarly. But
And it's a big but.
all the way in till you feel a hard stop. Pull back slightly.
Towards the
Little
middle.
paw press.
Nails
Okay, I
on
missed it, but try again. Little paw press. And there we go. I've slipped off of this shim. It is a little on the short side. There we go. So yeah, not easy, but is shimmable. But yes, that shim protection is good. But if you take something a little stiffer than a shim and deliberately get stuck in that shim protection and push hard and slightly down, you're straight out. So even though that shim protection is great, it has a flaw. Now the weird thing is, when I first watched that video, I actually quite liked it and I was in agreement with a lot of it. And when I've gone back and watched it now, I realise he was wrong almost all of the time. I'm sure he's a smart guy, usually he looks at locks and stuff. He's not usually a handcuff guy. I won't give him that as an excuse, but he did point out one thing to me that I should bear in mind when I'm doing these videos. And that is his comment about people being highly trained. This comment here.
Not that easy at all. Please try it at home and you will see it's not that easy. Maybe it's easy when you are very well trained in that, but if you're not very well trained in that, it is not that easy.
No, I wouldn't call myself trained because I'm self-taught, but I may have done a few thousand handcuff escapes. I probably shouldn't judge people so harshly that have only done 12. And I should bear that in mind. But anyway, that's all from us. See you next time.